shared with other people. I've been able to be a stay-at-home mom. I've earned over $100,000 a year, and I've been able to travel the world with this company. I am very excited.
I'm Paul. I had a son with 60 food allergies, and he's done wonderful. I got laid off after a 24-year career. We started working this full-time. Within a year and a half, we had $4,000 or $5,000 profit every month. Recently, we had 1 month that went over $12,000. We love this company.
Do you need more income? The science of epigenetics is getting attention from the medical community, National Cancer Institute, American Heart Association, and others. Call Arlene and Dave 352-239-1032. 352-239-1032.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, thank you, Dan. 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Beautiful looking Wednesday morning. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Got a few things I want to tell you about before I tell you the top 10 restaurants in Ocala, according to this app that I discovered, that you may have discovered before. First, I want to tell you about some ribbon cuttings. The Chamber and Economic Partnership has asked WOCA The Source to spread the word about some ribbon cutting so that you, the listeners, and the general public may show up at these things. There's a ribbon cutting tomorrow at 4:30 in the afternoon, and this is for the Kinzel Custom Homes, and they are located at 7869 Southeast 26th Court. That's 4:30 tomorrow.
Yep.
And you can show up for that. You can say congratulations, welcome to the business world, and maybe even take a tour of a home and buy a home.
Yeah,
right? Well,
that's right.
There you go.
I think it's great.
And then on Saturday, there's a ribbon cutting at the Ocala-Marion County Association of Realtors, and that is at 9:30 in the morning. And that's it's part of their first annual real estate expo. Is that right, Robin?
Yep.
And that'll be at 9:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, and they are located at 3105 Northeast 14th Street.
Yes.
And if you want to know any more about any of these, or perhaps want to know how you can join the Chamber and Economic Partnership and have a ribbon cutting of your own, I think we're going to have one here at WOCA one of these days, aren't we?
I think so too.
Yeah, after moving in, last July or something?
Yes, exactly.
In the mall is what I meant to say.
Yep.
I don't know their number, though.
Oh, okay. I'll have to get their number.
So anyway, Chamber and Economic Partnership. Well, there's a number for each of these events.
Yeah.
But not for the Chamber and Economic Partnership. So I apologize.
I missed that number, so I apologize.
Anyway,
for not writing it
Robin,
on there.
We went around the state 2 or 3 years ago to paint landscapes so that we could raise money for the Marion County Literacy Council.
Yep.
And the way we did this, because of my dog, I have a dog, and I wanted to bring the dog with us. And a lot of places don't allow dogs, but we found that all of the state parks allow dogs.
Yes, they do.
So we were on this kind of cool little mission for a year, traveling to the different state parks and discovering these beautiful state parks that I never even, to be honest, I was familiar with Rainbow Springs, and maybe that's it.
Yeah.
I really wasn't familiar. Of course, I was familiar with Silver Springs, which was not a state park at the time. The Silver River was a state park, and I sort of kind of knew that.
Right.
But now that Silver Springs is a part of the state park system, it's probably one of the crown jewels of the whole system.
Oh, I think so.
But anyway, that's kind of besides what I wanted to talk about. Do you remember we went to, there was a state park somewhere between here and the Georgia-Florida state line. And there was a river. And way up on the banks of the river where it was dry, there was a big, tall stick.
Yeah.
And it showed the water levels from different periods in the past.
Yes.
And I was standing in a place, 100 yards from the river.
Yes.
And I was above the river. And if I was living in the time that it showed, which probably was in my lifetime, if I remember, the water would have been over my head. That's how deep this river had been in the past.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? There's some moderate flooding happening right now.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
If you go to the water.weather.gov website, water.weather.gov, and I believe that's the I'm not really sure who runs this thing, but let me see if it shows at the top. NOAA. Okay, the NOAA.
Okay.
What does that stand for?
NOAA?
Again? NOAA. What does that stand for?
Yeah,
though?
that's the national something of weather, right?
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, if you go to their site and then you go to our area, okay, and there's lots of little places on here that'll show the flooding. Now, I was wondering if the Silver River was threatened with flooding, and it does not show that. The Ocala River is not in any way near flooding, nor is the Silver River, which is part of it. Orange Creek, however, at Orange Springs, which is northeast of us, just between here and Gainesville, a little bit to the east. They are near flood stage right now.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Near flood stage. Just
good thing.
Northwest of Gainesville, the Santa Fe River near Fort White is minor flooding already happening.
Oh, wow.
The rivers are rising because of the rainfall. And then Santa Fe River near Hildreth, also some minor flooding. Some roads are closed there. Let's see. The Swanee River at Louisville and State Road 51, flooded. Minor flooding, but still flooded.
Wow.
Minor flooding. I guess people are wading through the water. The Swanee River at Ellaville, which is US 90, close to the state line, is, let's see, that's the orange one. Orange is minor flooding. And here's a red one. Red one is moderate flooding, which is worse than minor. The Swanee River at White Springs.
Gosh,
Where
we've been there.
Chuck Harder used to broadcast from.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still. I don't think he still does. But anyway, it's the red category, which is one category below major flooding. It's called moderate flooding.
Yeah.
So the rivers are rising. Hey, I'm not complaining about this because I was the one complaining about a lack of water, right? And then the only other red one on the list is just north of the state line up in Georgia at the Alapaha River at Statenville, Georgia, which is just a hop and a skip across the state line there. And they also have some moderate flooding going on right now. So anyway, it's kind of interesting to see the dried up lakes. We visited Lake what's it called?
Bonneville.
Lake Bonneville in Rainbow Lakes Estates, which I walked in the lake bed.
Yeah, you did.
And it was dry. Last week or 2 weeks ago, there was a story about they were feeding fish into Orange Lake. So those people who like to fish there will be able to fish again. I guess they're still too small right now. But what do they call it? Fed it? Is that what you call when you put fish in a lake?
I think so.
Feeding the lake?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Hi, Hugh.
See, I'm no expert on rainfall and weather and all that, our climate stuff, but I watch the Weather Channel quite a bit. I follow weather as close as I can, especially up north where I'm from. But anyways, Georgia, southern Georgia, up to about just above Atlanta, has had an extreme amount of rain in the last almost a year now. And not so much northern Florida, but just above the border going up that way. So that water's got to go somewhere. It goes in the ground, and then the rivers, they flow this way. So I think most of that water is coming from up by Georgia. And thank you, Georgia, for that.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Absolutely, I think that's exactly what it is. And and so if you have a home there, then I guess you got to do something to get out of there. But if you're just like us and curious, it might be a photo opportunity, I think. Go up there and take some pictures.
I don't know, but let's hope that effect moves southern, more to the south, and get some of our lakes, and especially our lakes out here in the forest, filled up a little bit, because the water's got to come from someplace, and I don't know if we're going to be breaking the drought here or not, but thank God they had all that rain up in Georgia.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm on the same page as you, Hugh. Thank you. Appreciate the call.
Bye.
By the way, tomorrow we're traveling to Jacksonville. We're going to play at something, right?
Yeah.
We got a gig.
Yep.
So maybe we'll cross one of these rivers. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe
that'd be
maybe we'll
nice.
see some examples of
We'll
this.
be northeast of Jacksonville.
Let's see. What might we cross? We might cross Orange Creek.
Yeah,
we might be
could.
able to see the rising waters. Wow.
Well, about 12 years ago, Paynes Prairie, we had all that rain and everything, and Paynes Prairie rose. And then when you were going up to Gainesville on 441,
Oh, remember that?
The 4-lane was only a 2-lane, and you had to drive close to the medium, and
Yeah.
there were alligators just
Yeah.
right there out
That's
there,
cool.
and that was pretty cool.
I thought that was real cool.
That was really neat.
So just west of Jacksonville, we're going to Jacksonville. So just west of Jacksonville, St. Mary's River, they have code orange, which is minor flooding. I don't want anybody to be flooded out, but I'm happy to see that the waters are maybe coming back.
Yeah.
I didn't like seeing them all dried up. All right.
No, I think our vendetta against the water bottling plants is helping.
All right, let me reveal to you the app that I was going to tell you about with the
Okay.
Ocala restaurants. The app is called Urban Spoon.
Okay.
And you can, if you don't have a smartphone and you want to use the app anyway, you just go to urbanspoon.com.
Okay.
Simple as that. And then you type in the city, and voila, you have suddenly a list of the best restaurants in the area, according to people who've gone on the app and rated these restaurants.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I'm doing right here. I'm not telling you my opinion. I'm just telling, but I do have an opinion about some of these. So we will, I'll tell you the top 10
Okay.
Ocala restaurants according to Urban Spoon. Let me take a phone call real quickly. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Larry and Robin. How is everybody?
Hey, Jim. Good.
Hey, it took me a minute to get through to you, but to digress just a little bit, you were talking about when they put the fish into a lake.
Yeah.
The term is called stocking.
Stocking.
You stock a lake or a river or a creek with fish.
They should do that at Christmas time. It would be a Christmas stocking.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny?
Wouldn't that be cool? All right, have a good day.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Yeah, I saw there was a photo in the Star Banner of a load of fish that were being dropped
okay.
or put into or stocked into the water. All right, so here we go. The top 10 Ocala restaurants according to urbanspoon.com. Number 10, the Ayutthaya Thai Cuisine restaurant
Okay.
on Southwest 27th Avenue.
Okay.
Number
I don't know
10.
where that is.
Number 10, and there was like 100 on there. Number 10.
Wow.
Cuvée Wine and Bistro, number 9. We've been
That's
there.
pretty charming. Yeah.
We've been there. It is listed as a seafood and steakhouse. Didn't know that. Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
we did a whole photo shoot for them.
Yeah, but I thought the wine was the main thing. I guess it.
Yeah, the wine is the main thing.
The Royal Orchid Thai Cuisine.
Yeah, we've been there.
Number 8. The 2 Thai restaurants in the top 10. How about that?
That's on 200, right?
That is, yes, Southwest College Road. That must be across the street, huh? From here?
Yeah, that's the one where they put the flowers on your plate.
Some
We've been there.
some folks who really tried really hard to make a really great restaurant for all of us. They're at number 7, Latinos y Mas.
Oh, okay.
It's a Spanish restaurant, Latin American food. That's at South Pine, 2030 South Pine. They come in number 7 on the list. Number 6 is Flori's Cafe. It's an Italian restaurant.
Okay, that's the old Dairy Queen, right? On
Is
Pine
that what
Street?
it is? It says Pine, yeah, 119 South Pine.
Yeah, that's the old Dairy Queen.
Really?
building, Yeah.
I've
yeah.
never had pizza there.
No, never have either. We should try it.
It's going to be hard to beat my favorites.
Oh, yeah. It will.
But you know what? I'm not one of these guys that says, this is the best pizza in the world. I have a friend in New York. Every time he takes me to a pizza place, this is the best pizza in the whole world.
Yeah, right.
Come on, it's good.
Yeah, right.
How would it's the best? How do you actually judge it?
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so Flores is number 8. Oh, I'm sorry, not Flores. Fiores.
Fiores.
F-I-O, not F-L-O. It's Fiores. Fiores Cafe.
There you go.
Number 6. Number 5 is Harry's Seafood Bar and Grill right downtown in the square,
Yeah.
featuring Cajun and Creole food.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
The Amrit Palace typically is number 1 on these lists.
Yeah.
It's an Indian restaurant, of course. I guess you all know that. They've made a wonderful name for themselves as well. Usually they show up at number 1. This time on this list, they're showing up at number 4. Not a bad showing.
No.
I don't think there's any science here. This is just people who, signed on to Urban Spoon and decided to vote. So Amrit Palace still giving high marks. Crunchies and Munchies is number 3. It's considered an American restaurant.
Is that on 25th Avenue?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Northeast 25th Avenue.
That's in that little strip mall then.
Really? I don't know it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, on the corner.
I guess we need to get out more.
Winn-Dixie is on this side, and then you got that strip mall with the
where the art shop used to be?
Place and stuff. Yeah, but
with
across
the
the street. Yeah, Red Swan.
Oh, it's across the street from there?
Across the street, yeah.
Oh, okay.
On the north side of
Frenchies and
14th
Munchies.
Street.
The next one gets rave reviews, but people say it's a little pricey.
Ooh.
What do you think I'm talking about?
A little pricey. Melting pot.
Ipanema.
Oh, okay.
Ipanema Brazilian steak.
Okay.
Steakhouse, maybe is what I meant to say.
I went there one time for my birthday a few years ago.
Is number 2 on the list.
My son took me. He loved that place.
And number 1.
Yes.
The number 1 best restaurant in Ocala, according to folks who were on the app called Urban Spoon, who voted.
Yes.
Some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I'm so happy to see that they're on the list, of course. The Mojo Grill and Catering Company.
Oh, my gosh. Isn't that something?
These guys are so nice.
Yes.
They're so nice. I've seen them working, sweating, dealing with the public, and they still smile. They'll still say something nice to you, and they show up for every fundraiser that is out there. Anybody who's ever asked them to help.
Yes.
Right? They've shown up for help.
They're wonderful. They are so
And they're right around the corner from here, right? From the mall on 17th Street. So there you go.
Yep.
There you go. Just like
wow. Well, that's pretty cool.
Share that with you.
Emerald Palace is special because I hear they have real tablecloths. Not plastic.
That wouldn't matter to me at all.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the food, yes.
Yeah.
Real tablecloths.
Yeah.
See, that's actually important to people.
It is to me. Yeah, I love the ambiance. So we need to go there.
Okay, so I like when you go to a restaurant and it's all like laminated, and you got like advertisements under the laminate.
Yeah.
You know, like
Wolfie
Bob's Garage.
Yeah, right.
Wolfie has that.
They started that, yeah.
Right? They actually sell advertising space on their tables. I love that.
Do.
You can sit there while you're waiting for your food. You can read about Bob's Garage.
Yeah, it works out really well.
So real tablecloths are impressive, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess.
Starched white, I think it's great.
Really? See, I can't even imagine why that's important.
Well, it goes with the ambiance, you see, the decor, just like Cuvée. It's got, the lights are low and stuff like that. So I think, they're different. They
are
got
there
a
tablecloths at the
there.
Cuvées?
I can't remember now. We're just focused on the
There's no tablecloths at
wine
Burger
and
King.
the fireplace. No, there isn't. But that's a fun place.
All right, let's. But you can watch Fox News.
Yes, you can.
All right, we've got to go forward. We've got some news of our own. Fox News is actually not till 9 minutes from now, so we'll do our news, and then we'll be back in just a little bit. And then when we are on the air with Galen Unold at the top of the hour, I'm going to talk to him about some restaurants in Auburn, Alabama, which is where he is. But more importantly, about this other website and app that you can use and have some fun with. And it's kind of if you do a radio show, you'll write this one down because you're going to use this one in the future. But not till I use it once.
I like these
after I've used it once.
These restaurants are
the restaurant one.
I thought this was a great
that was called Urban Spoon.
Cross-section,
Yeah.
From the people.
Well, there's another one. What's the other one that people use? Yelp.
Oh, there you go.
Yelp. People use Yelp, whatever they're using, to report how they feel about a certain restaurant and stuff. And it's all biased. Everybody's giving their opinion. All right, let's move forward and do the news, and we'll be right back. Deal?
Deal.
Let me push a button, then it'll happen.
Just mention the word trees and you've got to think Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. No question about it. Bob has this area's best selection of quality trees and the lowest prices imaginable. A huge selection of large trees up to 6 feet starting at just $29.99. Pick yours all the way up to the super gigantic jumbos delivered, planted, and guaranteed just $4.99. And how about those butterfly plants? Bob has a truly huge array starting at just $5.99. It's veggie time. Bob Wines has jumbo 4-packs, your favorite veggies, regular $3.99 for just $1.99. For mulch, you've got to try Bob Wines' famous pine straw. Won't float away, won't blow away, it stays put. Just $4.99 for a big bale or $4.49 if you buy 10 or more. Check them out this week at Bob Wines Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, open daily 9 to 5, growing with Ocala since 1952.
This is the Salvation Army, and I'm Major George Patterson to let you know that the Salvation Army is available 24 hours a day to provide help to anyone. We also have a family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala. On Tuesday to Saturday from 9 to 4, you can do your shopping, or if you want to donate, you can call 352-732-4469, and we'll even pick up 352-732-4469. All funds generated by our store go into the programs here in Marion County to help the needy.
Here are today's headlines from the source, WOCA. The Marion County School Board voted yesterday to remove corporal punishment from the 2014-2015 Student Code of Conduct. School Board member Ron Crawford requested that the words corporal punishment be removed from the Code of Student Conduct, citing feedback from parents that he received after the district reinstated corporal punishment or paddling a year ago. With yesterday's 3-2 vote, corporal punishment ends on June 30th. The two dissenting votes were cast by board members Nancy Stacy and Carol Eli. The new Code of Conduct also includes for the first time a section on cyberbullying, which was a mandatory addition required under state statute. Harassment by texting, Facebook, other electronic means, or creation of a web page would all be considered violations of the Code of Conduct. Efforts to legalize a specific strain of marijuana to help children with intractable epilepsy faced a new hurdle Monday as the governor's chief medical advisor said he opposed the bill because it would allow untested drugs into the market, raising the specter the governor may veto the bill. We must be wary of unintended consequences and remember that first we must do no harm, is a quote from John Armstrong, the Florida Surgeon General and head of the Florida Department of Health. He told the House Judiciary Committee that the better approach would be to allow for research and testing of the marijuana extract under the federal system. Armstrong then abruptly left the meeting and would not say if his statement was a signal from the governor that he might veto the bill if it reaches his desk. Governor Rick Scott has refrained from endorsing or rejecting the bill in public. The House sponsor, State Representative Matt Gaetz, a Republican from Shalimar, said he was confident he will work with Armstrong to address his concerns about quality control and predicted the bill, which the committee substantially revised on Monday, will pass. A plan to increase the use of tax-funded vouchers to send students from low-income families to private schools gained new life in the Florida Senate yesterday after originally derailing a similar bill earlier in the session. Senator Bill Galvano, a Republican from Bradenton, successfully amended a bill in the Appropriations Committee to increase accountability and testing requirements for the private schools that receive the public funds. But it would allow the expansion of tax credit scholarship programs by dropping a requirement that scholarship students attend a public school prior to qualifying. It would also extend the scholarships to foster children. However, the Senate expansion plan stops short of House Speaker Will Weatherford's plan for a massive increase in the voucher program. One major distinction is that the Senate bill does not raise income eligibility level for a family of four to $62,010 a year, as the House plan does, and instead keeps it at the current $45,568 level. The Senate bill, which now advances to the chamber's floor, will give the Senate a bargaining chip as lawmakers negotiate the final bills and the $75 billion state budget as the 2014 session moves toward its scheduled end on May 2nd. And rivers in north central Florida are on the rise, and emergency managers say most spots are going to continue to see flooding for the next few days. Continued rainfall has caused a significant rise in the levels. Some along the Santa Fe and Suwannee rivers are already taking their belongings to higher ground, and some are already wading to their front doors. Emergency managers are asking people to check the forecast daily. David Peaton, the emergency manager director, urged residents near the affected rivers to be proactive and be prepared to activate an emergency plan to evacuate if the waters rise too much. One report indicates that some roadways and walking trails are already underwater in the areas of Three Rivers Estates and Hart Springs. And those are the headlines from the source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. Wear it, Florida. Partly sunny today, nice and warm. High 80 to 84. Tonight, partly cloudy. There may be some fog around late tonight and early tomorrow across the interior, lows ranging from 60 inland to 66 on the coast. Otherwise, tomorrow will be partly sunny. There may be an afternoon shower or thunderstorm in spots, the high 82 to 86. And on Friday, partly sunny, warm but humid, high 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Thank you, Joe. 2 minutes before 8 o'clock. Nice looking Wednesday. You made it to the middle of the week. Let me see what the temperature is here at the Paddock Mall. It is 62 degrees. Not a bad temperature. And the water levels are rising, so that's always good news. I wanted to squeeze in here something. Where is my notes here? There is, oh my goodness. Here it is. A charity picnic that is happening on Friday, 2 days from today, from 11:30 till 1. It's a lunchtime picnic. 100% of the donations will benefit the featured charity, which is the American Cancer Society Relay for Life. And this is taking place at the Highlands Memorial Park. And it's a charity picnic. If you want to know more, I guess you just go over there. Two blocks behind the Cascades, where we once used to call home here at WOCA. For a $10 donation, you get a whole meal, which includes chicken, potatoes, salad, rolls, and brownies, and something to drink, iced tea or water. And tickets may be purchased in advance. If you need to know more, you can call Monty. Thank you for the music. You can call Monty at 266-6612, 266-6612. Anyway. So just another opportunity for you to go have lunch and help somebody at the same time. All right, we will take a little break and be right back. We've got Fox News coming up. After Fox News, we'll be on the air with Galen Unold from Life South, and we'll talk about a new website that I discovered that you can all share and have fun with, and also what it says about blood donations. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president arrived in Japan, the first stop of an 8-day Asia trip. Up first on his agenda, a private dinner with the Prime Minister of Japan.
Japan wants him to reaffirm U.S. commitment to joint security. President Obama is expected to press Japan to confront World War II-era disagreements with its neighbors, one reason why tensions are high in East Asia. There are also talks on trade, Washington wanting Japan to open its markets to U.S. autos and farm products.
Fox Radio's Alistair Wanklin. Before heading overseas, President Obama visited the part of Washington state devastated by a mudslide. Police in Australia say some debris has washed up which could possibly belong to the missing Malaysian airliner. Meanwhile, officials plan to search deeper in the Indian Ocean for the plane.
Current weather conditions are resulting in heavy seas and poor visibility and are making air search activities ineffective.
The acting Malaysian transport minister. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto, shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business Network. Giving.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Whatsupocala.com.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away?
AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
And thank you, Joe. 3 minutes after 8 o'clock, beautiful Wednesday morning here in Ocala, 62 degrees at the Paddock Bowl. Galen Unold is on the phone up in Auburn, Alabama. Good morning, Galen.
Good morning, Larry and Robin. How are y'all?
How's the weather up there?
Perfect. It's like a Chamber of Commerce type day.
It's just a nice day there too, huh? The rivers are rising. We're happy about this, and not that there's flooding. That's not what I mean, but the fact that it's trickling down, I guess, from up there somewhere in Georgia and north of here.
I'll tell you, when I was driving over, it seemed like every retention pond was full, and that's a great sign that our water table is coming back up.
Yeah, man, that's good.
Yeah, it's really good, really good.
So we've got a few things I want to talk to you about. Blood is the main topic for today, believe it or not. I
like it.
I'll tell you why in a second. So rather than start with blood as we normally do, let me start with the baseball news. The 500 home run club just got a new member in it, right?
Yeah, Albert Pujols hit his 500th, 499th and 500th last night.
See, I'm glad you pronounced his name. I would have said it wrong. It's Pujols?
Pujols. Yep.
Pujols. Okay, the J is like an H. And so, how many players do you know? Am I throwing you a curve? How many players have hit 500 home runs?
Well, the number has quadrupled over the last 20 years. Man, I want to say it's only like 60.
Oh, really? The story I read was more of a human interest story, and it was that he had promised his wife that he would call her. Did you see this story?
No, I haven't seen that.
He promised his wife that he would call her after he hit 499 so she could get down to the stadium and be there when he gets the 500th hit, or home run, rather. And it happened so fast, he didn't get a chance. I guess 499 was just before 500, huh? He got too close.
Yeah, it was in the same game. He hit 499 at his first at bat, and he hit 500 on his last.
Oh man,
and it's a monumental milestone. So it's just because of steroids and the way the game has dramatically changed from, say, the 60s and 70s, that it's not as rare as it once was. But it's still, extremely rare.
Oh, wow. And again, I'm not meaning to throw you a curve, but when was the most recent 500, or when and who?
Ooh, yeah, you're hurting my brain on that one.
Sorry, I don't mean to.
No, I mean, it's probably, I think there was, I'm going to think about that one for a while.
Right. And I'm not...
That's really early, and I wasn't prepared for that.
I'm not trying to stump you. I'm not trying to stump you. I'm just trying to, be interested in this. And it is interesting. Human achievement is always interesting to me, whether it's music, sports, or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Frank Thomas did it, but I can't remember if he did it last.
Well, hold on.
I think Frank Thomas is the last guy to do it. I believe that's right.
All right, let me take a phone call. Maybe you have a listener who knows. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, see, Galen, do you know offhand which ballpark has had the most home runs hit in? And I believe Fenway Park has got to be pretty close to the top.
Well, because it's the oldest, you would think that Fenway would be there. But if you were like just to do it per game, it would probably be, the new Yankee Stadium is short. So I would probably say if you did like just last year, I'd say probably Fenway Park would be there. Maybe Anaheim just because of the guys they have, but I'd probably say Yankee Stadium. Again, it's a good question. It's
Denver out there with the air being so thin. Is that a big factor?
Well, it's changed again. It used to be. I mean, it used to be just because of the thin air, the ball just traveled. But now that they stick the baseballs in this huge humidor, and it's completely a different game there. I know, sounds crazy, but it works. They stick the baseballs. They're stored in the humidor, and the ball just doesn't travel as far anymore.
Isn't that amazing? Wow. Who knew that? There's a lot of science to that, isn't there?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Appreciate
Somebody
the
put
call.
a lot of brain power into that. So
that's pretty interesting.
So all the baseball stadiums aren't the same then? Like football fields, they're all the same, but baseball stadiums aren't? Because you just said Yankee Stadium was short.
Yeah, no, every baseball stadium's different.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah. Well, it started out that way because they would build the stadium around the footprint that they had to work with. And then, in the late 70s and 80s, because of the indoor stadiums, they became much more cookie cutter. But now it's part of the charm of the ballpark. So, for example, if you look at where the Houston Astros play, now in outfield there's this huge incline that goes up before you hit the wall. So every ballpark has its little quirks.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, now, and I do have something about blood today to talk about, and I'll tell you where I get this from. And I told the audience earlier this morning that I would reveal my source. So if you're doing a radio show and you want another source for some kind of a little tidbit of information, the website I'm getting this from is called factslides.com. Factslides.com. So now you know. So if you go to factslides.com, Galen, there is kind of a list of different categories you can click on. For example, McDonald's is on the list. Einstein is on the list. And it'll give you, a number of things. It's not always 10 things, but it's just a number of facts about whatever it says, whether it's coffee is another category, cars is another category, and blood is a category.
Oh, all right.
All right, so I clicked on blood, and so let me tell you what it says, the little facts about blood. Now, the first one is the one that you say every single day. 1 pint of blood can save up to 3 lives.
Woo-hoo, I'm glad they agree with me.
Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. 10 facts.
Yeah.
It says 10 facts you did not know about blood, but if anybody listens to Galen regularly, you did know that one, right? You did know that one. It's a fact.
That's great.
All right. Then
Good.
Then you click on the little arrow. It takes you to the next slide. That's what this is. It's like a little slideshow with words. And it says the blood you donate is sold on the open market, and it's a $4.5 billion per year industry. Wow. You better ask for a raise.
Wow.
Yeah.
You better get a raise.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing, and I see that, and I cringe, not because it's
really
it's open market is yes, it is. It every contract we have is predetermined with every hospital we have, right? So we set the price, and we haven't changed our pricing in the last 6 years. And when they say it's a $4 billion industry, what they don't tell you is that every community blood center in the country has about a 2% margin. So, yeah, but it also could, so even if it's $4 billion, it also costs us like $3.9 billion to actually produce and to manufacture and to ship and to recruit all that blood. So there's not a huge margin on these things at all.
Okay, so and I understand what you're saying, but I'm not so sure I understand why it would make you cringe. It seems like
because most people believe when something is donated, it's therefore given to the hospitals, and that's why it's an old school thing, and whenever I hear about blood and how much it costs,
okay.
what you get at your bill at the hospital,
okay,
drastically different than what we charge the hospital for it. So.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I mean, the lady, the phlebotomist, that's usually a lady, it's not always a lady.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to get paid. You guys got to get. I mean, the doctors got to get paid. Everybody all the scientists that make sure it's still good and tested and all that. That to me, it makes sense that there would be some money in there so that we can have healthy blood at the end when it's actually needed.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, thank you, Larry.
I mean, can you imagine if it was $1,000 a year industry? You'd be getting chocolate syrup in your veins.
Yeah, exactly. you can't have a good business unless you charge for it.
I think I understand why you cringe, but because I'm not in the business, it didn't make sense at first. I thought it was a good fact. Okay. The next one, listen to this. Facts you did not know about blood from factslides.com. Someone needs blood every 2 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, and the way they get that is they say, okay, here are all the transfusions that are done throughout the year, and that averages out to every 2 seconds.
Wow.
It's rounded down, but it's more like 2.46 seconds. I had an intern last year, and he actually did the math.
Oh, really?
He goes, well, is that true? I'm like, because sometimes interns you just let them go down that rabbit hole because you don't pay them anyway. So I'm like, why don't you verify that? And he's like, well, this is the number I got. It was like 2.4 something.
Oh, wow.
Something. And he rounded down. I'm like, okay, there you go.
Did you tell him that using Garamond would save him some money, too?
That's right.
Yeah. That's a good one.
What was it called? Font. Garamond font. All right.
Yeah, Garamond font.
All right.
Yeah.
Click the little arrow, and the next fact about blood says a newborn baby has about 1 cup of blood in his body. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's what's amazing. So when you think about someone who donates for pediatrics, and so what they try to do is they try to have that one baby get blood from the exact same unit as many as they can. So it's not uncommon that, like, if a child has a newborn, even a premature baby gets blood, they'll get 8 or 9 transfusions from that one red cell that they're getting.
Wow.
So.
Wow, that's pretty fascinating.
So then, do they take it from the parents right away if they need to have a blood transfusion?
It's very rare that a parent actually matches their child.
Oh.
Because if a newborn child has to have O negative, CMV negative, because you don't want them exposed to any antigens or antibodies in any way, shape, or form.
Oh.
You don't want them to develop an antibody, so you want them to have a unit of blood that has almost no antigens in it.
Wow, I never knew that.
The next fact that they offer here on this site is one that you probably will only use if you're going to Devil's Millhopper up in Gainesville.
Mosquitoes.
It is about mosquitoes.
Gotta do mosquitoes.
It says it would take 1,200,000 mosquitoes, each sucking one time, to completely drain the average human being of blood.
Oh my gosh.
That would be a horrible, horrible way to die, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's awful.
Right, of all the ways to die because of, not because of malaria, but because of, I got bit so many times from my mosquitoes, I'm now drained of blood.
Have you ever swatted a mosquito? I know we all have, so this is a stupid question, but you swat a mosquito that's already gotten his blood and it splatters all over the wall wherever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awful.
They hold a lot of blood, each one of those things.
Yes, they do.
Here's one. Here's a good one. Now this is a good one to use, Galen, and you may know it already, and if you don't, then I'm going to feel good because I'm giving you something you didn't know. An HP printer black ink is more expensive than blood.
That's correct.
Oh, you knew that? Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, ink is one of the most expensive things on the planet per ounce.
Really?
You know, right now there's an HP guy just cringing. Oh man, why do they have to?
Got to talk about that?
Why
can't they say Kodak printer?
Yeah, right.
It's funny. We were talking the other day about how technology is so much better in so many ways. But do you remember we called them the Oki Data, but they were the ribbon printers.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The old school.
Oh, yeah.
And they were loud. If you printed something, the whole office heard it.
Yeah.
It took like 15 minutes for the page to print.
Right.
But you could also flush that thing down the toilet, right? Plug it back in, and it would still print, and the ribbon lasted forever. So, yeah. And now a printer, you touch it, and it's like, don't touch it. Nobody move. I got to jiggle the cord. Yeah, so.
Yeah, we would take that ribbon when it was done, and then we'd rewind it and then put it in there, and it could be used again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was great. They were material.
So was that the same thing they were using on like the AP machine that we used to have here? Was that the same idea?
Yeah.
Was it just a ribbon? I remember.
Yeah, it was more cloth though. Shiny.
The next one, I don't even know why they put this. They must have been stretching. We all know this one. Only female mosquitoes drink blood. The males are vegetarians, it says here. The next one, there are 100,000 miles of blood vessels in an adult human body. 100,000 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, and you would think that we would hit them more frequently when we donate. So, our
that's it.
Our phlebotomists, they study like within your arm. That's part of what we study is actually what the shape of it is.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I reached the end, but I didn't. They put a commercial up here. The next one is James Harrison has donated blood over 1,000 times, saving over 2 million unborn babies from Rhesus disease.
Oh.
Fill in the blanks. What do we need to know about this, Galen?
Is he special?
I'm not sure. It all depends on how you calculate how many units of blood he's given, because in order to donate 1,000 times, he had to have given pheresis. And if you're giving pheresis, you're not giving a red cell. And children, babies, pediatric children, very, very rarely use platelets. So, I think somebody's just getting a little creative with what they're saying. They're trying to make it sound even greater than what he's already doing.
Okay, I looked up who is James Harrison. This James.
I thought he was a president.
well, this is a football player too. This James Harrison was born in 1936. He's actually in Wikipedia for being the man with the golden arm because he donates so much blood.
Oh, there you go.
He's from Australia, and his unusual plasma composition has been used to make a treatment for Rhesus disease.
There you go. I mean, he's donating plasma, so you can donate plasma, once a month. Then you can get twice as much plasma.
But he doesn't
doing a jumbo plasma.
He doesn't live in the U.S. though, so that doesn't matter.
No, he's actually what they do is they're creating an antiserum, and it's more like a true prescription or a drug, and so they're taking his plasma and making it into a medicine that's therefore given to these Rhesus patients.
Oh,
so he's doing plasma, which is great. So, but he's not giving like his red cells to an individual. So that makes more sense.
And here's a little bit on his story. He was born in 1936. At the age of 13, he underwent major chest surgery, requiring 13 liters of blood. And after surgery, he was in the hospital for 3 months, and he realized that blood had saved his life. So he made a pledge at the age of 13 to start donating blood as soon as he turned 18. And he's never
good for him.
He's never not done it. So.
And that was
pretty awesome.
1949 then, and that was when it was donating blood didn't have as much strides as it did today.
I guess, yeah.
Wow.
That's absolutely true.
Makes sense.
Wow.
All right, let me see if I have another one on here. Again, the site is called factslides.com. Fun website. Your heart will pump nearly 1.5 million barrels of blood during your lifetime, enough to fill 200 train tank cars.
Wow.
There you go.
And people don't believe in intelligent design. That's amazing to me.
You know what else I read on here, by the way, speaking of intelligent design, and I guess that was the last one.
Oh.
I read that the Earth is the only... See, this is a crazy fact. It said something about the Earth is the only planet that has water in all three forms. As liquid gas, and liquid vapor, and solid.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Well, there's some interesting trivia for you.
I like that.
Anyway, so there you go. Those are the blood facts on this new website that I found called factslides.com. And if, for example, you were to click on Facebook, there was one interesting one on Facebook I found that said that the reason Facebook pages are all blue.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear this before?
No, I've never heard this one.
Mark Zuckerberg has, hold on, I'll read it to you, red-green color blindness. He made them all blue.
Really?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh.
And you can block anybody from Facebook, but you cannot block him, by the way.
Oh, he can see everybody.
You cannot block Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh.
There you go. So anyway, so that's the fun side of the morning, factslides.com. I don't find enough great websites to do this every morning, though.
And can I ask a question, Galen? What is the Reese's then?
It's a good little candy. Love that.
Right.
Love that candy.
When you were talking about the babies.
Yeah, what is Reese's? That is a good question. Was a Reese's monkey out in Silver Springs?
Yeah, that's right.
It's a blood disease. It's similar to being a hemophiliac, but it's basically a bleeding disorder.
Oh, okay.
All right.
From what I understand of it, I'm no hematologist, but I believe that's what it is.
Oh, okay. Now I understand.
All right. And by the way, this morning we were talking about another website called Urban Spoon. We were looking at the best restaurants in Ocala according to that site. The best one in Auburn is Bob's Victory Grill, if you want a good hamburger today.
Oh, there you go.
Galen likes hamburgers.
up in Auburn.
Wonder if it's close to where you're at.
It's on Bent Creek Road. Do you know where that is? They have pizza there too.
Yeah, I know exactly where Brent Creek Road is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I was just thinking. I mean, I'm like, wait, yeah, that's right there.
I know, throwing you curves. Robin, we need a segue from the interesting facts about blood to donating blood.
Well, whenever anybody wants to know any interesting facts, call or go to Life South Community Blood Centers. Have your questions answered by the knowledgeable staff. They'll alleviate your fears and give you insight into the process of donating blood and saving lives. So go to lifesouth.org, and that's a good start for you to go and learn more about blood.
It's beautiful. Yeah, we got a ton of information on that site. So.
See, sometimes I think when we ask Robin to do a segue, it's like asking her to build a gigantic bridge across the ocean. Today it was like just build a little thing across a creek.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just one giant leap. Yeah.
So where is the Bloodmobile today in Ocala?
Bloodmobile today, Larry, in Ocala is a long way away from me, and I wish I was closer. But we're actually at the Lowe's down in Lady Lake today.
Oh, okay.
So,
the Lowe's?
441.
The Lowe's in Lady Lake.
Yeah.
And if you can't get there, then you go next door to the Cascades on Silver Springs Boulevard, donate some blood. And if you're in Denali, where would you go, Robin?
Right next door to Winn-Dixie. You got to learn how to say that.
Save some lives. Save some lives. Donate blood.
Well, you're doing a really good job of remembering that it's still Winn-Dixie after 10 years of Sweet Bay.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible.
Winn-Dixie.
Have they actually changed the sign? Do you know? Does anybody know?
Yeah. All the Sweet Bay signs are gone.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you be careful up there. When are you coming back? Tomorrow?
I'm hoping. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, good.
So we'll talk to you tomorrow again in Auburn, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
The first state alphabetically.
There you go. That's right.
All right. We will thank you again. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
All right, bye all.
Your heating and air conditioning unit sure will get a workout this season, and you need to make sure it's in tip-top condition. Let Air Ducts Heating and Air give you that peace of mind by knowing your unit will work at its optimum efficiency, saving you time and money. Air Ducts is a full HVAC residential and commercial company. Air Ducts is family-owned and operated, so we treat you the way we want to be treated. Air Ducts also offers discounts for builders and commercial applications, so give us a call today, 352-304-6766. That number again, 352-304-6766. Air Ducts Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, let's look at the price of gasoline and see how we're doing. Right now in Ocala, the average for a gallon of regular unleaded is $3.77 a gallon. That's down 2.5 cents since yesterday. It's a little bit of an improvement. The best price I can tell you about here in Ocala was called in, this is actually in Denellen. 13 minutes ago, the Circle K in Denellen called in with gas at $3.68 a gallon. The best I can tell you here in Ocala, let's see. 2 hours ago, the Love's gas station called in on Northwest 44th Avenue, $3.72 over there. The worst price, the Quick King, 60 minutes ago on Southeast Maricamp Road, $4.07 over there.
Joe from Damage Control Services. Join me Tuesdays at 10:30 when we discuss what to do when your property gets damaged, how to fix it fast, and get back on track. At Damage Control, we specialize in helping home and business owners recover from damage caused by floods, fires, storms, tree damage, mold, and all other insurance-related disasters. So when disaster strikes, big or small, call Damage Control Services. Call me 352-817-6574.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
All right, We got about 2.5 minutes to bring you some other news, so let's do it. These are the stories that just don't fit anywhere else, so we squeeze them in right here. The first one comes out of Tokyo, Japan. Haagen-Dazs Japan, the ice cream company, is debuting 2 new ice creams. They are vegetable-based ice creams, and to make it palatable, the company added fruity flavors to its vegetables, so the Spoon Veg line will be available in tomato cherry and carrot orange.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay.
Tomato cherry and carrot orange ice cream.
Sounds good.
Ice cream. Here's a story out of Fort Lauderdale on the coast. A Florida fisherman caught an 805-pound mako shark, making it the largest mako shark caught in the world.
Wow.
Joey Polk, a lifetime fisherman, reeled in the 11-foot-long shark, did not want anyone to see his catch. He put the shark in the bed of his truck, and while he stopped to get gas, someone snapped a picture that quickly went viral on the internet.
Oh, gee. Wow.
Hey. So there you go.
Yep, you don't dawdle. You go from point A to point B. You don't stop in between.
The next one is out of Austin, Texas, and let's see what it is. Although flavors like breast milk, sriracha bacon, and wasabi ginger might not necessarily sound all that appetizing, candy company Lollyfile has 3 new flavored lollipops that could really hit the spot on a hot summer day. They have IPA flavored, lager flavored, and stout flavored.
Beer flavored candy. Better than breast milk flavored
In
candy,
addition to
let me
those
tell ya.
sudsy suckers, the company also offers cocktail flavored candy pops as well as Chardonnay and Merlot flavored lollipops.
Wow, nice.
Well, that's not new. I've seen them before.
Yeah.
Alcoholic beverage flavored lollipops, right?
Yeah, they're making a comeback, I think.
And if you saw that video about the kid who got kicked in the head by the train conductor, it says he could get $250,000.
Wow.
That's a viral video going around out there. All right, we've got to move forward. What do we have? Oh, we've got Fox News coming up, and then we'll be back with News Bites. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president arrived in Japan, the first stop of an 8-day Asia trip. Up first on his agenda, a private dinner with the Prime Minister of Japan.
Japan wants him to reaffirm U.S. commitment to joint security. President Obama is expected to press Japan to confront World War II-era disagreements with its neighbors, one reason why tensions are high in East Asia. There are also talks on trade, Washington wanting Japan to open its markets to U.S. autos and farm products.
Fox Radio's Alistair Wanklin. Before heading overseas, President Obama visited the part of Washington state devastated by a mudslide. Police in Australia say some debris has washed up which could possibly belong to the missing Malaysian airliner. Meanwhile, officials plan to search deeper in the Indian Ocean for the plane.
Current weather conditions are resulting in heavy seas and poor visibility and are making air search activities ineffective.
The acting Malaysian transport minister. Fox News. We report, you decide.
There's more to Fox News Radio than meets the ear. Go behind the headlines and join the conversation on the hottest stories of the day on the Fox News Radio Facebook page. Be a part of the Fox News Radio Facebook fan community. Post comments and tell us your opinions. See behind-the-scenes photos and videos and post your reactions to the stories that matter to you. Click the like button on Facebook and connect with breaking news and features like Fox in the Fast Lane, House Call for Help, and more. Go to Facebook.com/Fox News Radio.
Weeknights, we're busting out a brand new lineup. First, market fraud, government abuse, corruption. At 5, nothing's off limits on money with Melissa Francis. Then, from bloated bank fees to consumer scams. At 6, Jerry's exposing the issues impacting your wallet. Plus, get smart market insight and trusted analysis you won't find anywhere else. At 7, Lou Dobbs is all business. And the first and last name in business, Cavuto, shedding light on the biggest stories making headlines at 8. Only on the Fox Business.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
You've
got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Earn an income and regain your health. My name is Dave. I've been a type 2 diabetic for about 20 years. Before I was introduced to the product, my sugar was running in the 200s. Now it's anywhere between 80 and 100, and I earn $500 to $1,000 a month.
I lowered my cholesterol 100 points. Because I shared with other people, I've been able to be a stay-at-home mom. I've earned over $100,000 a year, and I've been able to travel the world with this company. I am very excited.
I'm Paul. I had a son with 60 food allergies, and he's done wonderful. I got laid off after a 24-year career. We started working this full-time. Within a year and a half, we had $4,000 or $5,000 profit every month. Recently, we had 1 month that went over $12,000. We love this company.
Do you need more income? The science of epigenetics is getting attention from the medical community, National Cancer Institute, American Heart Association, and others. Call Arlene and Dave 352-239-1032. 352-239-1032.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller &